Flint West reporting from the macro frontier. The Zero-Sum Awakening, how women saw the math and said no. Out here on the edge of empire, the truth isn't hiding. It's just been filtered through 10,000 lies. But once you know where to look, the pattern sings like a tuning fork. Let's talk about the revolt you didn't see coming. The one not waged with weapons, but with silence, spreadsheets, and social media scrolls. Once upon a time, not that long ago, society ran on a simple contract. Men would multiply the pie, women would stabilize the home. And for a few decades, especially in the years after the Second World War, it worked. One income could support a household, roles had meaning, morality had scaffolding. The factory ran, the office paid, and the house was full. But something happened. The pie stopped growing. The global financial crisis in 2008 was the canary in the coal mine. The years that followed, especially after 2010, marked the true collapse. And social media? That was the X-ray machine that lit up the fractures. See, when platforms like Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok exploded, they didn't just peddle vanity. They showed alternatives. They gave the people, especially women, a global window into how life could be different. Different countries, different lifestyles, different standards of dignity, respect, and power. Before this, if your life sucked, you assumed that's just how life was. Now, you could see how the Joneses lived in real time. You could see how your economy stacked up, how your marriage stacked up, how your options stacked up. And if the math didn't add up, you stopped playing the game. That's what happened. Women saw the zero-sum mechanics of a decaying system and opted out. Not because they went crazy, not because they were brainwashed by campus Marxists, but because they finally had visibility, clarity, relativity. And when the math says you do unpaid labor at home, you earn less in the market, you raise kids in a system you can't trust, and your partner is drowning in his own collapse, you don't call that life. You call that a bad deal. So women delayed marriage. They postponed childbirth. They outpaced men in education. And they turned inward, online, and toward each other. And what did men do? Some adapted. But many doubled down, clinging to a rulebook written for a game that no longer exists. They called it a moral collapse. But morality isn't a religion. It's a contract, a social coordination tool. People behave when systems deliver. If the systems break, people don't lose their morals. They lose their incentives. And in a zero-sum world, everyone grabs what they can, however they can. This isn't chaos. It's math. This isn't decadence. It's diagnostics. The culture war is a collapse report. The gender war is just an audit. We don't need to shame anyone. We need to admit the system is broken. The pie is shrinking. The contract is null and void. What comes next? Not a return to tradition, but a reimagining of the game. A new positive-sum model where cooperation replaces coercion and roles aren't inherited, they're chosen. Because when the people finally see the numbers, they don't go back to sleep. They stop playing rigged games, and they start building new ones. This is Flint West, signing off from the edge of the old world. If the pie doesn't grow, the system doesn't go. Don't blame the players. Fix the damn game.